Hey, this is Trevor Scott Barton, and I'm reading from my story, Fragments of Hilcias and Taki's Notebook. This is chapter 20. Taki's grandmother, Asiavik, was like the alpine blueberry for which she was named. She was beautiful, like the dark pink to white pink flowers on the plant. She was helpful like the berries, of which living things took their fill, the humble mouse and ptarmigan all winter, bears, birds, and people in the spring. She was always there like the berries, for even after all the creatures had taken their fill, they were still in abundance. And she was an Anadkuk, a shaman. One day she was resting inside of a sod igloo, a traditional dwelling of the Inupiat people that is dug into the earth and framed with whalebone. She sat perfectly still. She didn't move a muscle. She didn't even blink. She was only breathing. Her spirit went traveling, as Anadkuk's spirits do. She traveled far away until she reached a great gathering of bowhead whales. "Hello, friend," said the whales. They saw that she was cold in the Arctic waters, so they gave her a parka. "Thank you," she said. She put it on. Something wonderful happened. She became a bowhead whale. Her head became the immense bow-shaped head of the great Arctic whale. Her body took on the 2-foot-thick coating of blubber that keeps bowheads warm in the cold, cold waters. She was Asiavik, but also a bowhead whale, both at the same time. She spent the whole winter with the bowheads, living life as they live life. She dove down over 500 feet into the depths of the water and stayed there for over 20 minutes until she had to surface for air. She could create her own breathing holes by breaking through ice up to a foot thick with her enormous head. She spouted the cold salt water into a V-shaped pattern out of her widely separated blowholes. Sometimes she swam with her pod and opened her mouth wide to expose her 10-foot-long baleen to catch the tiny krill that moved in abundance around them. Sometimes she swam and ate alone. Occasionally she would breach, lobtail, flipper-slap, and spy-hop above the surface, but mostly she stayed below the surface, learning the ways of her Balena mysticetus friends. She was 100 tons of wonder. Spring neared, and the bowheads prepared for their yearly migration from the Chukchi Sea to the Beaufort Sea. Asiavik joined them on this migration. "We'll meet hunters along the way, waiting in their umiaks," they said to her. "Some of these skin-covered boats will appear light and clean and will be pleasing to your eyes. Others will be dark and dirty," they taught. There is no greater gift that a bowhead can give to the world than to give itself to the people. By giving yourself to them, you will help them live. Life is beautiful when you help others live. You'll give them muktak from your thick skin and oily blubber, and that will give them energy and vitamin C. You'll give them baleen, and they'll weave it into fine baskets. You'll give them what's inside of you to cover their drums so they can make music. You'll even give them your bones so they can frame their houses. You'll live through them. If you choose to give yourself to the people, surface beside a clean umiak, for the people inside will be respectful, considerate, and kind. They'll share you with widows, orphans, the old, and all who cannot hunt for themselves. They will place you in clean ice cellars." These words comforted her. If you surface by a dirty Umiak, the people inside will be selfish and lazy and will not help people in need. You don't want to give yourself to hunters such as that. Asiabek listened carefully to the whales. "We brought you here, friend, so we could teach you to teach other Inupiat people about us. The best way to teach others about you is to share your life with them. That's why we've shared our life with you. Now the Inupiat people will always know how to be respectful to us," they said. "You can remain a whale and migrate with us if you like. If you give yourself to an Umiak, your spirit will not die, but will return to put on another parka, as do the spirits of all the bowhead whales who give themselves to the Inupiat. Your human body will die. You will live with us forever. Or you can return to the people of Point Hope. If you choose to go, it will be necessary for you to take the form of a humble Arctic duck and fly away to the people. The choice is yours to make." Asiabek continued the migration with the whales. As they neared Point Hope, she left them. She became a common eider duck and flew away. While the people slept, she landed in the town and turned back into her human form. Asiabek wrote the story of her journey and all the things she had learned. She shared the story with the people. Today, the Inupiat know they must respect and honor the bowhead whale if they are to receive its gifts.